Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead. And today we're going to be freeze drying elderberries. So I had previously frozen the elderberries in some trays, which I'll show you in a moment. But first of all, I want to get the freeze dryer cold enough to put them in. So I'm going to turn it on in the back. Takes a minute to boot up here. The software is loading. Okay, so here it says customize and start. I'm going to hit start. And I'm going to hit pre-frozen. Now I have an older model, so mine has the differentiator between pre-frozen and frozen. And I have not upgraded. There is an upgrade to I have a medium freeze dryer, and there is an upgrade, but I have not upgraded. So it's going to cool this and freeze it, and then I can get the stuff out of the freezer and show you the next steps. Okay, the freeze dryer has cooled down to 17 degrees, and it is ready for me to load the food into the freeze dryer and close the drain valve. So before I bring the food, I'm going to go ahead and close the drain valve. It's back to the rear on the left side. Okie dokie. Okay, now that I've closed the freeze dryer, let's meet you in the kitchen. So these are elderberries I got from my dear friend Bonnie. And then I cleaned them up and put them in these trays to freeze. Oh, they're cold. I really like to be able to freeze stuff in advance until I can get a full load. And these have been frozen in here for at least a couple weeks. If you have ever purchased or looked at purchasing freeze-dried elderberries, they're very, very expensive. So I'm real excited to be able to preserve them in this manner. Ooh. Okie dokie. 4 full trays of elderberries. Okay. Okay, I'll meet you in the other room. Okay, Wade's helping me here. Because when they're full, they're kind of heavy. And then you get all 4 of them. The new medium freeze dryers holds 5 trays. As I mentioned earlier, we have not upgraded ours. Usually 4 trays is sufficient for us. Okay, so now I just hit continue. And it will continue doing its thing. So it will continue to drop below 0. And it will go through a process. I'll touch base with you later and kind of show you where we are. So the freezer's done freezing, and it is in the drying mode. It just says drying. Once it completes this mode, it will go to another mode called final dry. And each of those modes will last several hours. At the end of the final dry, it stays on and continues to dry for an additional 2 hours. And at that point, you can adjust the time up or down. So, for instance, if it looks like it's going to be done late at night, I will add hours to get me through the night so that I don't have to get up in the middle of the night. So I'll check back with you as we go through the modes. Okay, it's the next morning and we are on the final dry. The little green bar is got about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch to go. And then once that bar finishes turning green, then there'll be 2 more hours, and then it'll be done. This is where it has up and down arrows. If I want to, I could lessen that or increase it. So if I'm busy doing something or whatever, I can just tap that, and each time I touch it, it'll increase by ½ an hour. So right now I just increased it to 3½ hours. So I'm going to leave it like that for right now and get on with my day. And then I'll check it and see how much time is left. If I need more time, I'll increase it. If I don't need more time, then I'll decrease it back to the 2 hours. Okay, we'll check in when it's finished. I just looked, and a lot of the berries still look very plump, so I increased the dry time to 9½ hours. The worst thing I could do is take this out and it's not ready and package it, and then it would all be ruined. And there's way too much work put into this project because it takes quite a bit of time to get those little berries off the heads and get clean and everything, and into the trays when I froze them. So I really don't want to lose all this produce. So I'd much rather dry it extra time. Extra time doesn't hurt it, even if it was fully dry. And I will check it this evening, and if I'm still not satisfied, I will increase it again to go overnight. I had the berries really thick in here. They were up well to the top of the trays, which does seem to be shrinking down some. But as I mentioned, I still see what appears to be a lot of plump berries in there. So I'm just not willing to take that risk. Okay, oops. Okay, I went ahead and ran it overnight. So we are going to check it. Well, to do that, I have to turn off the vacuum seal, release the pressure on the left side. My little short arms barely make it. Okay. And now, before I take it to the kitchen and package it up, this is my moisture meter. Definitely looking real good. Okay. Whew. I'm going to put that on warm trays here. It's really cold. The pans are really icy. So right now it's warming the trays so I can take it out. I'll be back in a moment. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the first one out, even though it's still pretty cold, and start packaging. Okay, I am going to go ahead and package these. You can put them in Mylar bags. Today I'm packaging in quart jars. In the quart jars, it'll last a couple, 2 to 3 years or so. I want to work quickly with these so they don't start getting any moisture. And I always turn off my air conditioner because it puts more moisture in the air while I'm packaging. Oops, better watch out, something going on the floor. Feels like there's moisture in it. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to mix these up and put them back in. There should not be any moisture in it. And they're already sticking together. That tells me there is. I checked with the moisture meter, but I think I just put too many on the tray. Darn it. I think I'll do the same thing with the other trays, kind of break them apart in the other room, and then just put it on more time. Yeah. I had one jar that kind of did that last year, and I don't know why, unless it was just too much moisture in the air still when I did the first one. Okay, I need to try and get these in the jars before they start gathering moisture. They smell good. Okay. Oops. Whoops. I forgot to grab the top. Okay, I put mine in jars just so I can see how well they're doing. And I can use them this way, save them this way for up to probably 3 years. If you wanted them for longer, you would put them in Mylar bags. This little gizmo here is a vacuum sealer, so it's sucking all the air out of here. And I'm going to let it go for a little bit because last year I didn't do one quite long enough, and it gathered some moisture on me. Trying to get these in here without them bouncing everywhere. Okay, that should be more than long enough. Check in a minute. Yep, they're bouncing all over on me. Okay, close enough. Okay, let me run and get another tray. Some things just really start gathering the moisture out of the air quickly. It's very humid too, so this will make my elderberry immune and cough syrup. Each quart will do 2 times. And when I can just use half of it and then reseal it with the vacuum sealer. Okay, so that one's sealed good. Get this one on. So I won't have quite enough for 1 more quart jar. So I'm going to put it in a pint. Oh, it's just perfect for a batch. Oopsie, there's one that flew. So things are so light and airy, they just bounce everywhere. My hands are getting really yucky. They're, like any fruit, kind of sticky. Well, that got me 5 quarts and a pint, so I'm very excited about that. So that got me 5 quarts and a pint of elderberries. And they are nicely sealed for future use. And I'll put these on my pantry shelf and just make up additional batches of immunity and cough syrup and cough drops and those kind of things as I need them. So, very excited to be putting those on the shelf. If you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead.